Today we're going to be using Victini. Now these battles were done before everyone's avatars look like weird possessed blow-up dolls, so that's why I'm going to look normal in this video. But we have Victini, Whiscash, and Lantern versus everyone else playing Pokemon Go. So we're going to see Victini, one of my favorite Pokemons to use, and I'm excited to see what it does. V-Create, hard-hitting moves, Psychic, so let's go. Starting up with the first match, we have Victini versus... what the hell are you called again? Steelix. So this isn't terrible. Unfortunately, V-Create will lower my defense, so I do have to switch out of there. I do get a block from the Steelix, which is great. I'm going to switch into Lantern because I'm trying to draw out the grass. I'm having two waters in the back, and a grass comes in and Victini's out. That would suck. I do decide to block because I thought that was enough energy for an Earthquake. I don't know how to count. Maybe it wasn't. I don't know. They go for Breaking Swipe. They get the attack drop. They go for another Breaking Swipe. No more attack drop. And they're staying in, which tells me they have a Flyer or a Water that's not with the ground. Maybe a Jellicent, something like that. So I'm a little worried now that Lantern is going down. And then they shield again. I'm like, oh, God, you definitely don't want me here. But then they come in with Sableye. So it's not the worst thing. I decide to leave because I did get my attack drop. I'm going to let this go. They go for a foul play. That is okay. I'm going to go for a Scald, hoping for a debuff. Pokemon gods, please be with me. Oh, there you go. We get a debuff, and I'm going to let this go. Hopefully, if it's something that needs water damage, Lantern can take it for me. So I'm going to come in because Sableye is pretty low. So I'm going to come in with Victini. Sounds very odd, I know, but I'm going to go Shield because a foul play might take me out and then farm down with Quick Attack. So we're going to see how this works out. So I get to farm down the Sableye with my Victini. They come in with Steelix. I'm sure just to get rid of my energy, I go for a V-Create, take out the Steelix, and they have a Swampert in the back. So I'm very, very thankful that I left a lot of energy on my Lantern to take out the Swampert. One Surf coming through, another Surf is here as well, and this is going to be taking out the Swampert with an extra Spark, and we win that game. That was a closey. Hopping into the next match, we have Victini versus Pidgeot. So not terrible. Obviously, I would like my Lantern versus the Pidgeot, but, here we are. I'm going to go for a V-Create and sort of dip out of there. Let's see if they decide to shield the V-Create. They decide to let it go, and that does quite a bit of damage. I'm going to swap immediately to Whiscash to catch the move because my defense did drop, and they go for Aerial Ace. So this is an Aerial Ace. What, Brave Bird, Aerial Ace, Feather Dance? I don't know. So I'm gonna go for a Scald, and they decide to block. So now I'm thinking, are you Aerial Ace, Brave Bird? Are you gonna Brave Bird me? I'm gonna block, and no, they go for another Aerial Ace, but they can still go for Brave Bird. They can still have that. So I'm a little worried about that. I'm gonna go for another Scald, hoping for a debuff. I don't think I got it the first time. Gonna go for a Scald. They let it go. Okay, cool. I'm okay with that as well. Then they come in with a Vigoroth, and that's one of my least favorite Pokemons. They do win CMP tie, so I'm going to let this go. Body Slam takes me out. I thought I was gonna survive that, but I do not. And I'm gonna come in with my Victini because they can only do damage with Rock Slide to really take me out. I'm gonna let this go. Even if it's a Rock Slide, I don't die. I don't KO. They go for a Body Slam. That is perfect. And I'm trying to get to 2 V-Creates, but I'm a little worried that I'm not going to get to it. So I'm just going to go for a V-Create. They are going to decide to block. I'm going to switch into Lantern. A lot of switching going on. I catch the Body Slam. And yikes, yeah, I mean, don't know. They're staying in still, so now I'm thinking again, oh God, is something weak to Lantern? But it's a Charjabug, so they're weak to Victini. So I'm gonna go for a Surf, do some damage on this Charjabug, and Charjabug is a tanky little. And I let a Volt Switch thingy through. That's fine. That's okay. We all learn. It's crap happens, I'm gonna go for another Surf, and at this point, I'm thinking, okay. No shield, farm down with Victini, and V-Create the Vigoroth. Let's see if that can happen. Gonna come with Victini. They have a move. I do get a Quick Attack through. Gonna shield, and hopefully, Victini, you can survive these Volt damages. Yes, you can and V-create the Vigoroth. And that is going to be a good game. V-create and boom. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Vigoroth. Go back to your Pokeball. Freaking hate Vigoroth. Not a fan of him. He's just really good. Hopping into the next match, we have Victini versus Whimsicott. So this is a good lead for me, right? They're staying in. They decide to switch now to, girl, what is that? A Crustle? Crustle. And I'm going to go with Whiscash. I don't really know what move set this has. It has X Scissors. And I'm going to go for a Scald. Should I have gone for Mud Bomb? I'm not too sure. I went with Scald. Why? Felt like it. My thumb was there. And it's super effective. So yeah, Scald was the right answer. Whimsicott is going to come in. And I noticed this Whimsicott is not Fairy Wind. It's Charm. So it's going to get its move a little bit slower than usual. I'm going to go for a Scald. I do get the debuff. Can I get to another Mud Bomb? Yes, we can. Yes, we can. So Mud Bomb is coming through. Not going to do any damage really to this Whimsicott. But now I'm thinking this Whimsicott could have Hurricane, which would do a lot of damage to Victini. So I am going to shield just in case it is a Hurricane. Don't want to be hit with that one. And it is just a Grass Knot, so I didn't have to shield. I'm going to go for Psychic. I don't want to drop my defense just in case it's something that is weak to Victini. I want to stay in. They let it go. And it's going to be a Sand Slash. So yes, Victini, you are definitely needed. I'm going to go for V-Create. And then hopefully try to catch the move on Lantern. They decide to shield, catch the move on Lantern. Perfect. Hopefully this is a Drill Run. I mean, I know it's super effective against Lantern, but I think Victini is my win con here. So they're going to farm up. I go for a Surf. Going to do a little damage here. I know they're not going to block because Victini has the hardest hitting move, but that's okay. And they're going to go for a move. So worst case scenario, they go for an Ice Punch and like farm. But they go for Drill Run. Okay, so now Victini, you have to survive. I think this might be a Drill Run. They could bait with an Ice Punch. I'm going to shield and crap, it's a freaking Ice Punch. So, okay, I need to farm up to 2 V-Creates, which I have. Going to go for 1 V-Create. And if they don't shield, if they do shield, I have another one coming. And they decide to let it go. So, obviously, they knew that Victini had another V-Create. So, that's going to be a good game. Go Victini, coming in clutch in the end there. Hopping into the next match, we have Victini versus Mandibuzz. So horrible lead, not very good, but V-Create still does some damage to this tanky little bird. So we're going to go for a V-Create and then get the hell out of there. V-Create, I mean, that does some reasonable damage. Mandibuzz is super tanky. I could have came in with Lantern, but I didn't want my hard counter to come in. So I went with Whiscash. I'm trying to draw out the grass and they're staying in. I'm like, oh, okay, so maybe you have a Steel. Obviously, it seems like they have a counter already to Victini. And I'm still farming up. I'm going to go for a Scald. Maybe they think this is Blizzard and block. They decide to let it go. I don't get the debuff, but I do get to another Scald that might have been CMP tie as well. So I'm going to go for another Scald. They decide to block and have a move. I believe I get the attack drop as well, which is great. I'm going to let this go. I think Whiscash, you did a good job, but I'm a little bit worried that it could be a Mudboy in the back, and then if it is, we're screwed. So I'm going to come in with Lantern and farm down. I don't need to block anything. I got the attack drop, and they don't get to move anyways. So perfect. What is coming in? A Okay, girl, wait, something happened. So they went to Hippowdon. You saw it. I don't need to tell you. You saw the Pokemon. And then they switched to Toxapex. So I think they were trying to catch a Surf, but I was just confused as to what the hell was going on. I catch the Brine on Victini, which you might think that's super effective. Yes, but, I think Lantern is my win con here. So I'm going to let this go, I believe. Brian's going to take out my Victini, and Lantern, it's time for you to shine with 2 shields. Don't let me down. Hopefully this works out. I'm going to farm down. If I can, yes, I can. So now I have 2 shields against this Hippowdon. Pretty sure I'm saying that right. If not, well, that's life. I'm going to go for a Surf. I thought that was actually going to take it out, but I guess Hippowdon is tankier than I thought. And now I am in Weather Ball range, which is unfortunate because this Pokemon does get Weather Ball quite quickly. 1 Weather Ball comes through. And never mind, they don't get to it in time. So I'm going to go for a Surf and take out this Hippowdon. And that is going to be a good game. Lantern came in clutch there near the end. Hopping into the next match, we have Victini versus, give me a lead, give me a good lead. Wheezing, not a great lead. Yes, I have Psychic, but they can also have Brutal Swing, and Brutal Swing does quite a bit of damage to me since I'm half Psychic. So I'm going to go for a V-Create. Unfortunately, we see MP tie. So hey, if it's Brutal Swing, it's Brutal Swing. I'll just eat it. But it is going to be a Sludge, so that is okay. I'm going to go for V-Create. If I knew it was Sludge, I wouldn't have gone immediately for V-Create. They are going to decide to block. I'm going to switch into Whiscash. And they decide to come into Abominable Snow. So it's perfect. We baited out the grass type. So Whiscash can sweep in the end if it is a steel or fire, something like that. So they are farming up a lot of energy. I'm just going to let this go. I'm not going to shield Lantern. I can use that for Victini or Whiscash. It's going to go for Energy Ball. Lantern still survives. I think I got the defense drop too, which is like I think it's such a slim amount. But this Abominable is pretty darn low. So I'm going to come in with Victini and hopefully farm down before they get to a move, but I don't think that's going to happen. Yeah, they already have a move. So I'm going to let this go. Yes, I do. Weather Ball going to come through. Doesn't do too much damage. And I'm able to farm down with Quick Attack. Okay. So now a Lantern comes in. So I am going to go for a Psychic and then dip into Whiscash. And hopefully, I think Whiscash is going to have to take it for me. Come in with Whiscash. I decide to throw a Surf. I'm going to let this go. I think the hardest hitting move is going to come from Wheezing. Because if they have Overheat, even though I'm half water, that's still going to do quite a bit of damage. So I'm going to go for Mud Bomb. Of course, they're going to block. So now it's 2-0 shields. And I decide to let this go. And crap, it's an Overheat. So now, holy moly, this is not great. I thought they were going to bait with a Sledge, but no, they went full on Overheat. So now, Whiscash, you gotta be tanky for me. And these Sparks are doing a lot. So obviously, I'm going to shield the Surf, and hopefully Mud Bomb takes out this Lantern, or I really just messed up this game for myself. But I'm pretty sure this is going to take it out. And we win the game. Could have lost it because I'm stupid, but hey, we won. So that's the final video. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe, eat something, drink something. Have a great day, night, morning, whenever you're watching this. And hey, we got a Marini. That's not great, but hey, we got something. And I will see you in the next video. Okay, bye-bye.